Welcome to Italy. How cool is this? We just arrived in Venice today, so the next bunch of videos are not going to be Australia, they're going to be here in Italy. My wife is so awesome. For my birthday / the honeymoon we never had, she got us a 3-week trip to Italy. So this is going to be really cool. The next, I don't know how many videos are to come, but they're all going to be from Italy, having a good old time, vlogging, making some cool cinematic videos. I don't know, I'm just going to make it and see what happens. So for this first video, why don't we see what sort of camera gear I'm working with while we're over here. So first things off, I've got the Peak Design 45 litre travel bag. I've got the medium sized camera cube in there. And I do need to say, Sony Australia have been kind enough to support a few of these episodes by loaning some gear, and I'm very happy because it is my favorite camera of all time, the Sony A1 with the brand new 2470 G Master version 2. This thing is so much smaller and lighter than the old one. This combo can do absolutely anything for pretty much anyone out there. Unless you need ultra wide angle or telephoto to shoot some birds on the other side of the world, this thing will do pretty much everything you need to do, and I'm absolutely pumped to have this on this trip. So this is going to be my number one setup. The second camera I've got is what I'm shooting on right now. It's just my vlog setup. It is the A7S III with something I'm absolutely pumped about, and I've only just picked up. This is the first test I'm ever using on, but so far I absolutely love it. This guy right here, this is the 20mm G f1.8. I was tossing up whether I brought the 1635, and I was like, there's so much overlap with the 2470, and it's big, and I didn't want to take it. Weight, size, all that stuff. I picked this guy up real cheap secondhand, and I am pumped on it. This thing is tiny, does everything I need it to do, and it looks awesome, and it's 1.8, so I can take it out at night and get some really cool, different bokeh shots, but also good low light performance. For all the audio on the trip, I'll be using the Sony B1M. It's a digital mic, there's no plug-in necessary, it runs off the camera's battery. Super handy, small, lightweight, exactly what you want when you're traveling. And if you're looking for a little bit of a cheap one, they just released the B10, I think it's called, so check it out, I dig them. So what am I doing for all my long shots? Well, the standard 7200 2.8, the version 1 of the G Master. This thing is absolutely awesome. The biggest downside, it's big, it's fat, and it's heavy. And this was a real kind of a struggle to bring because it is so big and heavy. And if I could afford to buy that version 2, I absolutely would have, but I can't, so I didn't. I really wanted to leave it home, but it's just so much more versatile than bringing in an 85 and something else. So I just had to do it. And another reason I had to bring it, this guy, this is a 2x extender. It's just, you just get so much more versatility out of having this here. So to be able to go out to 400 at 5.6, any wildlife we see along the way, I'll be very happy to pair this combo. Now I do wish I had the version 2 because that thing is so much lighter, and that would have been a no-brainer. If you've got the new version 2, 7200 and the 2470, game over. At the moment, we're just stacking a bit of time-lapse footage at the moment. We've got the Sony A1 with the 7200 G Master, and she's looking pretty good. Now I brought one more lens with me, and that is another new addition. I've upgraded my 35mm Zeiss to the 35mm G Master. Once again, nice, tiny, lightweight, really good for portraiture, really good for street work. So pretty pumped to use that for the first time. Haven't even put it on my camera yet. And last but not least is the trusty old DJI Mavic 2 Pro. So any drone footage you see will be from this guy. So that is the camera gear that I'm bringing on this trip, and I'm gonna go have a shower and freshen up because it's been almost 2 days of transit. I stink like absolute horse shit. I need to have a shower. But also this, I'll show you a clip of how this camera is perched. This is the coolest angle. This room is pretty small because Venice everything's tight and crammed. But this camera is just sitting on a ledge, perfect. Use a little bit of natural light. Got a curtain here for a little bit of diffusion. Bellissimo. I'm in Italy, I can do that now. Alright, see you in a bit. So we just got some gelato because we got peer pressured into going to this restaurant, and we had probably the worst, it wasn't terrible, but it was the worst induction to Italian food that you could possibly imagine. I ordered a pizza, I went to margarita, and it came out as a disc. So if you've ever read the book Chitty Bang Bang or whatever, where the wheels of the car are pizza, it's exactly what it was. You had to cut, not just cut your own pizza, slice it and then cut it. Is what it is, but the gelato was good, and Rosie had some bolognese, and her dad does a much better job. So it is what it is. First time. Probably one of the worst things about eating where we did is we've walked past so many solid pizza restaurants that just look so damn good, and we had to get what we got. In Italy, they don't believe in tasty beer. It's all lagers. Lager zones.
But you can buy beer from the supermarket, which is a win.
So after the pizza debacle last night, which in the end wasn't that as bad as we probably made it out to be, we kind of learned if it looks good, it is good, just trust it and go and get it. And we're walking past this coffee shop and Rose was like, I don't know if we should go in, and she's like, it does look good. I'm like, screw it, just go in and get it. So the first proper Italian coffee. But while she's in the shower this morning, I did a little bit of reading, and it turns out Venice is actually called like Venezia or something like that. And it was in 2008 when Borat came here, he said, it's Venice, and it became Venice. So the more you know.
Nice.
I'm on the run, I've got no alibi for what I've done. Took what you treasure and I'm never gonna give it up. I let these empty.
That's the water place. If you do one thing in Venice, you have to do a gondola ride. This is awesome. Such a cool way to experience the city. This is coming out to the main canal, the busy part of town. This is the Rialto Bridge, I think he said. Yeah, this is the busiest part of town. It looks absolutely awesome. This is the one that they've got in the Venetian in Vegas.
I'm the villain, and I'm gonna take it. I'm the villain.
So Rosie's dad, Dom, he makes the best capicola in the southern hemisphere, and this is the first time having Italian capicola in Italy, so it's not bad. I definitely think Dom's is better. If we set Dom's as a 10, we're going 8. It's got a bit more prosciutto, a little bit more salami, a little bit more ham flavors. But Dom, you're doing well. I know this sounds silly, but I've tried lots of different capicolas over in Italy. I need to keep things in perspective. Dom's is very bloody good. This one, I got a little bit excited because it was my first capicola over there. So I need to take this one from like an 8 down to like a 3.5 to a 4. Anyway, back to the video. So we're just leaving Venice now, we're packing up, and this is one of the coolest places I've ever been. It's so unique with all the different little islands and all the canals and all that. If you ever come here, make sure you get on a gondola. It's just a really cool way to experience the town in the little canals floating around. It's just really quiet. It's just a real nice, peaceful experience. But one other thing I forgot to say earlier, Sony isn't paying me, so I can say whatever I want about any of this gear. So just keep that in mind. One thing I am loving is this 20mm 1.8. This is so small, such an awesome vlogging lens. Yeah, I don't know, we're gonna catch a water taxi and we'll see you wherever we see you.
I've been planning for it. I'm the villain, and I'm gonna take it. Hide in my lair, won't know.
So clearly we left Venice today, and here we are, we're in the Dolomites. Didn't do any videoing along the way because I was trying to learn how to drive on Italian roads, and Italian drivers are crazy. No indicating, just blasting like 60k over the speed limit, and just kind of, I was a little bit nervous, so just kind of took it easy and just drove along the way. But this is the Dolomites. This is kind of like Italy's Banff, if you will, just some awesome mountain ranges, so pretty keen to check that out. But we got here and we're like, let's go get some dinner. Still a little bit flat about Pizzagate last night, so thought we'd go out and see if we could restore some faith in Italian pizza culture, and they didn't let us down. We had an absolutely amazing pizza. The thing that was kind of a little bit strange is it still came out no slices. You had to cut it all yourself, so maybe that's an Italian thing. It's 2 from 2, so who knows. There's a bit of lightning getting around, so we're gonna go head to this lookout and just overlooks the whole sort of Cortina area and just take some photos and see if we can't get some cool lightning strikes. So I might leave this one here. But once again, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Give a big fat thumbs up. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.